Tawattur is a crucial concept in Islamic sciences, particularly in the fields of Hadith, Ilm al-Hadith, and the foundations of Islamic jurisprudence, Usul al-Fiqh. Tawattur linguistically means succession or consecutiveness. Technically, it refers to a report that is transmitted by such a large number of narrators at every stage of its chain of narration that it is impossible, according to human nature and custom, for them to have conspired to lie about it. A mutawattir, concurrent, report yields certain knowledge, Ilm al-Yaqin. It is considered definitive and undeniable. Belief in what is conveyed by a mutawattir report is obligatory. The four types of Tawattur are classifications based on what is being transmitted. Here they are. 1. Tawattur al-Lafzi, verbal Tawattur. This is the strictest and least common type. Definition: a specific, identical wording, lafaz, is narrated by a massive number of people in every generation, making collusion to lie impossible. Requirement: the exact same words are transmitted by all narrators. Example: the famous hadith, "Whoever intentionally lies upon me, let him take his seat in the hellfire." Scholars differ on whether this hadith itself reaches the level of Tawattur al-Lafzi, but some consider it a prime example. The Quran itself is the ultimate example of Tawattur al-Lafzi. Every word and letter of the Quran has been transmitted by a vast number of people from the Prophet, PBUH, down to our time, with identical wording. 2. Tawattur al-Manawi, conceptual Tawattur. This is the most common type of Tawattur. Definition: a general meaning or concept is narrated by a massive number of people, but through different wordings and specific incidents. The common meaning is what is considered mutawattir. Requirement: the core concept is consistent across all the various reports. Example: the descriptions of the Prophet's, PBUH, prayer. No single description of his prayer with the exact same wording is narrated by a massive number, but hundreds of different hadiths from dozens of companions describe his prayer in detail. The collective body of these reports conveys the certain knowledge of how he prayed. The specific actions, like raising hands for takbir, bowing, prostrating, are established through Tawattur al-Manawi. 3. Tawattur al-Amali, practical Tawattur. This refers to matters that have been continuously practiced by the Muslim community generation after generation, from the time of the Prophet, PBUH, until now. Definition: an action or practice that has been passed down through practical implementation by masses of Muslims in every era, making its origin from the Prophet, PBUH, a matter of certainty. Requirement: widespread, uninterrupted practice. Example: the 5 daily prayers, their number of rakas, cycles, the number of rakas for Friday prayer, the obligation of fasting Ramadan, the rites of Hajj, and the number of prostrations in specific prayers. Muslims have been performing these acts in the same way in all corners of the world since the earliest times, leaving no doubt about their authenticity. 4. Tawattur al-Tabaqah, Tawattur by generation, class. This is not a separate type in terms of content, but rather a descriptive classification of how the Tawattur occurred through the chain of narrators. Definition: it emphasizes that the requirement of a massive number of narrators was met in every single generation, Tabaqah, of transmitters, from the companions, to the successors, to their successors, and so on. Focus: the uninterrupted nature of the massive transmission throughout history. Example: the transmission of the Quran is again the perfect example. In the first generation, companions, hundreds had memorized it. In the next generation, successors, thousands had memorized it from them, and so on, ensuring its preservation through a chain of massive numbers in every era. Summary and importance. Type of Tawattur: what is transmitted with certainty. Key example. 1. Tawattur al-Lafzi, verbal. The exact wording, the Quranic text. 2. Tawattur al-Manawi, conceptual. A core meaning or concept, the description of the Prophet's prayer. 3. Tawattur al-Amali, practical. A continuous practice, the 5 daily prayers, fasting Ramadan. 4. Tawattur al-Tabaqah, generational. The report through every generation, the chain of Quranic transmission. Conclusion. The concept of Tawattur is the bedrock of Islamic belief and practice. It provides the indisputable proof for the fundamental sources of the religion. The Quran is preserved via Tawattur al-Lafzi. Massively widespread Sunnah, both sayings and actions, is established via Tawattur al-Manawi and al-Amali. A mutawatir report does not require checking the individual reliability of its narrators, ilm al-rijal, because the sheer volume of transmission guarantees its authenticity. This is in contrast to ahad, solitary, reports, which rely on the integrity and memory of each narrator in the chain to be accepted.